We've all made mistakes in our life and in what we eat. I am certainly no exception to making mistakes. I've seen hundreds of different types of mistakes with my customers and readers, and I've personally helped tens of thousands of people start a ketogenic diet through my best-selling program, the 3-Week Keto Diet. And in this video, I'm going to share a few mistakes I've noticed over the years. Let's get right into it. This first mistake is for sure the most common and the one that I still see today: being afraid of fat. We have all been lied to at some point that fat is bad and it's going to kill us. Doctors and researchers tell us that if we keep eating fat, our arteries are going to become clogged and we're going to die of a heart attack. It's just not true, and it's based on week-old science. To be successful on the keto diet, you have to get over this fear of fats. Our bodies actually thrive on using healthy fats. The key is to understand which fats you should actually be afraid of and which ones you should be consuming more of. Satiety is the biggest benefit of eating enough healthy fats on the keto diet. You will find that when you are consuming healthy fats, you won't need to snack between meals. You also find that you need to eat fewer meals because you are satisfying your body's nutritional needs. Along with this satiety, you will find that when you're consuming healthy fats, you won't be tempted to cheat. Let's face it, it's hard to stay on a plan if you are ravenous. But if your body feels satisfied, you are less likely to reach for a sugary, salty, and unhealthy treat. Mistake number 2, not eating enough salt. This goes along the same lines as fat fearing, but you can't be afraid of salt on the keto diet. When you are a glucose burner, your body requires a lot of water to use and store glycogen. However, ketones are a much cleaner burning fuel and they don't require a large amount of water. So your body starts getting rid of this excess water, which is one of the reasons you lose a lot of weight quickly when you start a keto diet. During the process of dumping this water out of your body through your kidneys, you also release sodium, potassium, and magnesium, very important electrolytes. The electrolyte loss is the most common cause of what is referred to as the keto flu. It can also lead to things like heart palpitations, constipation, headaches, fatigue, and lightheadedness, all classic keto flu symptoms. By upping your sodium intake, you limit the loss of electrolytes through the kidneys. I recommend doing this with good salts like Himalayan pink salts and good quality sea salts. Both of these extra minerals are not found in regular table salt. Mistake number 3, too much dairy. And I'll preface that with usually it's too much low quality dairy. Heavy cream, hard cheeses, butters, and cream cheese are delicious and are considered a staple on the keto diet, but the problem is not everyone can tolerate dairy, and this can lead to weight stalls. Half the people I've helped over the years have some intolerance to dairy, and it's not totally their fault. It is derived from an unhealthy gut microbiome. This intolerance can lead to inflammation in the body. Inflammation drives up cortisol, which hurts weight loss and overall health. I always say you need to get rid of the inflammation before your body will help you lose weight. I also think that most people don't even know why or that they have a dairy problem. They are blaming their weight loss plateaus on other things in their diet or life. You'd be surprised what inflammation can do to your body. I recommend going dairy-free for about 30 days if you suspect that you are intolerant to it. Then slowly add in high quality, good quality organic dairy and see how you feel and how it affects you on the scale. You might be surprised by what you find. It's always good to be a health detective. Mistake number 4 is a big one, and it's often overlooked: not having a big enough why. This is another mistake I not only see in the keto diet, but other diets as well. Why are you on a keto diet? Why are you on any diet? If your reason is just so you can lose some weight and look good, then it's probably not going to work out very well in the long term. When you hit a rough patch, and you will, of course, you're much more likely to quit and give in and go back to your old ways if you don't have a strong reason why you're doing what you're doing. I think the more sick, more unhealthy you are, the easier it is to have that why and to stick to it. Let's face it, if you have type 2 diabetes, you probably have a bigger and better why than someone that just wants to lose 20 pounds to look good in their summer bikini, right? But that doesn't mean you have to be on death's doorstep to come up with a big, strong why. I recommend digging in and coming up with a better why. To do this, ask yourself questions about why you're doing what you're doing. And also try to think about why you end up going back to your old ways a lot of times. Because if you just rely on willpower and motivation, that's just not going to be enough when you face social pressures, family pressures, your own internal mindset and motivation struggles. You have to have a really strong reason why you want to do a particular diet, why you want to lose weight, and why, like I said, you're doing what you're doing, and why you've chosen at this moment in time to go on that journey. Keep going down that rabbit hole, and you'll come up with something really special that will keep you motivated when willpower just isn't enough. Your why will be very specific and personal to you. Once you have your why, I want you to write it down. Physically write it down. There is a better connection when you're with your brain and your subconscious, when you actually write it down and you read it every day. It's especially important if you're having one of those days where you know that you are going to have a tendency to cheat. Go back and read and write down your why again and again until you realize that you're being silly and you get back on track. Mistake number 5, too much snacking. This is a big one. You're supposed to eat multiple times a day, right? The more the better. Not necessarily. If you're following a keto diet and you're sticking with the plan, eating healthy fats, good amount of proteins, and good low glycemic vegetables, the opposite is true. You are going to actually eat fewer meals, not more. I find that when a lot of people are starting the keto diet or any diet, they want to know what they can have for a daily snack for those times when they just need something to tide themselves over. And the good news is, just because too much snacking is a big mistake that I see, you don't have to completely give up snacking when you're on the keto diet. You just have to know what snacks are ideal and will not curtail your weight loss. You want to start just like how you structure your main meals on the keto diet. A high-fat, high-protein type of snack is going to be your best bet. Hard-boiled egg, sun butter with celery or cucumber, handful of nuts, beef jerky, that type of thing is going to be are going to be snacks that will not add a ton of unhealthy carbs and calories, and will keep you satisfied and probably have you eat less for your main meal. The great news is, if you listen to your body and hunger signals, this will happen naturally as fat will keep you satisfied from meal to meal. The other big problem with excessive snacking, like I mentioned before, it can lead to excess calories and carbohydrates. I also see where people will use snacks for artificial sweet treats, which I feel like slow down getting over of that carb addiction process. Which brings me to the next mistake, habitual eating. Part of taking control of your health and weight loss is taking personal responsibility. You have the greatest interest in your health. It's not the doctor's responsibility. It's not your spouse or any of your family. It's totally your responsibility. Take responsibility for that, and you will find the power of being in control. We humans are creatures of habit. We like routines, and if we look at our lives, we do a lot of the same things, the same time and location each day. For me, I found that I would habitually eat in front of the TV at night. It wasn't that I was hungry, but my mind was conditioned to eat something while watching TV habitually. So what did I do to fix that? First, I asked myself if I was truly hungry. Most of the time I wasn't, and I just ignored it, and the craving went away. But if I decided that I was indeed hungry, I got up and I chose a good keto focused snack. Another habit is eating at a particular time, lunch at noon and supper at 6. We condition our mind and bodies to expect food around those times, regardless if we're hungry or not. We look up at the clock and see it's almost noon, we must be hungry, right? Not necessarily. We need to truly ask ourselves if we're hungry, or do we just think we're hungry just because of the time on the clock. You can easily skip a meal or move it back to a later time once you are fat keto adapted. Remember, those tens of thousands of calories we have stored up and can access, then those are the ones that we want to use up before we add more unnecessary calories. Many of these eating triggers are just habits and not hunger signals. The good news is new habits can be relearned with a little work and practice. Mistake number 7, not getting enough sleep and not handling your stress management. Isn't a diet only about what we eat? Yes, but it is a lot of other things, and a lot of these other things can affect your ability to lose weight, and sleep is one of those huge underappreciated things. We live in a busy and stressful society today. We sit in traffic for hours daily, we have work stress, we have more stress when we get home with the family. Then to make matters worse, we stay up late watching television just to unwind. That leads to your body not getting enough sleep, which puts more stress on your body. Whenever your body is in stressful situations, it tends to hold on to weight. I find that when I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, the weight comes off much easier. Likewise, when I'm not dealing with a bunch of stress, both in my personal life and work life, I lose more weight and feel better. Also, when we're tired and stressed, we tend to make poor choices. It's much easier to grab crappy foods in these situations, or if we feel like we need them for energy or for that famous emotional eating. So get to bed early, practice some meditations, or remove yourself from stressful situations. I know you can't remove yourself from a stressful work life or family life, but try to find ways that will calm you down, especially at night during those very important 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. sleeping hours. By getting more sleep and eliminating or dealing better with your stress, you will find your weight loss and overall health improve. Stress is cumulative. So if you can eliminate or minimize just a few of those daily stressors, it'll really do a lot for your hormones and your ability to lose weight on the keto diet. Mistake number 8, not personalizing your keto diet. The keto diet is not a one-size-fits-all. It has to be individualized. You are a very individual person with individual preferences and daily habits and everything else. So just like any diet, you need to make it your own. This personalization applies to a lot of diets. Many people don't like this or don't want that responsibility. They want to just follow a plan and then be done with it, which is good if you're following a good program, but you need to take that plan and make it your own. Most people, they want to know exactly how many carbs and calories they need to eat, how much protein, how much fats. Give me the exact plan and I will stick to it. Ironically, when you follow a plan like this, you're less likely to follow it because it's going to become a chore. Nobody wants to count calories, count carbs, and track for the rest of their lives unless you are a professional bodybuilder or something like that. On the flip side, there are people that just think because a particular food is on the approved keto list, then they can consume all they want. That's also not the case. If you want to become the best version of yourself, then you have to be willing to be your own science experiment, your own health detective. Can you have 50 carbs a day and still be in ketosis? Maybe. How does dairy affect you? How much protein is enough? Too much, or am I eating too much or too little? How much sleep do I need each day to be at my peak performance? Do I have a food allergy in particular that I need to be aware of or that my body is trying to communicate to me? Only you can answer these questions because you, of course, are different than everybody else. You're unique. Even though I think I have a really awesome keto program, and if you follow my keto guidelines, you will see results. I also tell you inside my program and right now that you need to tailor it to your individual lifestyle, but with keeping those main keto principles in mind. Mistake number 9, having too many cheat days or meals. I've been so good that I deserve a cheat. I have to have a cheat meal once a week to stay on the diet. I need my carbs right now or you will not be able to be around me. There are 1,000 more justifications and rationalizations just like this. If you go into a keto diet or any diet with the mindset that you have to have cheat days or meals, you could be setting yourself up for failure. It's a poor mindset that ultimately leads to failure. The problem with cheats on the keto diet is it throws you out of ketosis. It can take days or weeks for you to get back into ketosis. Say you've gone 5 days and you're in or about to be in ketosis, and then you give into the craving, you have this cheat meal. Well, it can throw you back, and then you're starting from ground zero. If you're going into a keto diet, which I recommend you do for no longer than 30 days, you want to go into it with the idea that you're going to be strict and you're going to do the best that you can to stay on that keto plan to get in ketosis, to help get rid of your insulin resistance, to help heal any hormonal imbalances, detox your body of carbohydrates and excess glycogen, and I guarantee you will see awesome results. The other thing with cheats is it leads to carbohydrate cravings. These can last for days or weeks, making it easier for you to cheat again. It's literally a domino effect. If you want to break the addiction and achieve better health overall, you need to realize that you cannot be cheating especially if you're trying to get to that maintenance level where you need to be really strict for a certain amount of time, and then you could go on this coasting keto type of plan, or like carb cycling, which is my personal favorite diet, where you eat keto-like for 2 or 3 days and you allow yourself cheats or high carb days or whatever you want to call it. But it's really important that you get to the maintenance part where you need to be strict. You need to learn that you actually have that discipline to stay on a particular set of guidelines. And then when you understand yourself and you know that you have that discipline, then you can start more of a carb cycling where you can enjoy those cheats and treats and that type of stuff on the keto diet or any other type of diet. Now, I'm not saying that you should give up and quit if you cheat. Absolutely not. There is a good chance that it will happen. We're human. We have moments of weaknesses. It's totally normal. Just like I said earlier, we all make mistakes. Just get right back on track and do your best to figure out how to make sure it doesn't happen again. And finally, mistake number 10, not following a proven plan to help get you started. If you're like most of my clients, you've tried many different diets and weight loss programs to try and lose the excess weight that seems to be a constant struggle. Well, you don't have to struggle anymore. You can finally get rid of the unwanted weight, and it starts with your thyroid. Fix your thyroid, fix your hormones, and you'll lose the fat. The keto diet is one of the best ways to start your thyroid healing journey. The next logical step is for you to follow a proven science-based, science-focused program that helps you optimize your thyroid, balance your hormones, and helps easily lose your unwanted weight. The program that I'm referring to is my 3-week keto diet. Over 13,000 people have gone through the program over the last few years, and the results keep coming in every single month. I know keto might sound simple, eat more fat, avoid carbs, right? But there is so much more to following a keto diet, and having a little guidance can go a long way. Click the link in the first comment to learn more about my keto program, and you don't have to take my word for it. Click the link and you'll see what all of the awesome clients that have gone through the program have to say. Thanks for watching this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to have a great day.